Okay, so today we're going to really dive deep into the world of eyewear.
Okay.
We're going to be helping you prepare for an interview for an eyewear and optical equipment, specialized seller position.
That's good.
We've got some really great resources from RoleCatcher, including career guides, interview guides, and even some insights into how their AI can really give you a leg up in this process.
Nice.
We'll tackle some common interview questions, sprinkle in some juicy industry insights,
Love it.
and by the end, you should be ready to walk into that interview with confidence.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
With a classic question.
Yeah.
What inspired you to become an eyewear and optical equipment specialized seller?
Right.
It seems simple, but there's a right way to answer this.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people will give generic answers.
Right.
But instead of doing that, think about what genuinely sparked your interest in this field. Was it a personal experience with eyewear, a fascination with the science of vision, or maybe even the artistry of frame design?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, you really want to share a specific anecdote that reveals your passion for this.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's say the interviewer throws you a curveball and says, how do you handle difficult customers or situations?
Okay.
We all have these stories. So what's yours, and how do you frame it in a way that's going to get you the job?
Well, the interviewer wants to see your problem-solving skills and your professionalism. So choose an example where you successfully navigated a tricky customer interaction.
Okay,
Highlight your empathy, your active listening, and conflict resolution skills.
that's good.
And, also be prepared for follow-up questions
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that go a little deeper into the specifics of the situation.
Right.
So be ready for that.
Okay, so it's all about turning a negative experience into something that highlights your strengths.
Yes.
Love it.
Hmm.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
to a more technical question. How do you keep up with the latest industry trends and developments?
Oh, good one.
This is where you prove you're not just passionate, but that you're informed.
Yes, this is your chance to shine as a lifelong learner.
Ooh, I like that.
So mention specific industry publications or websites you follow, conferences you've attended, or even online communities that you engage with.
Right.
You want to demonstrate that proactive approach to staying updated.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Okay, next one. How do you approach sales targets?
Okay.
This one's all about showing them that you are driven and results-oriented.
Yeah. So describe your approach to setting goals, creating action plans, and consistently monitoring progress. But don't just tell them, show them.
Yeah.
Share a concrete example where you not only met your sales targets, but you exceeded them.
That's great. I love that.
Thanks.
So speaking of exceeding expectations,
Yes.
how would you answer this question? How do you build and maintain strong relationships with clients?
Oh, that's a good one. Focus on your genuine desire to understand the individual needs of the clients.
Okay.
Going the extra mile to ensure their satisfaction.
Right.
And, building those lasting connections.
Yeah.
And think of a specific instance where you cultivated a strong client relationship that led to maybe repeat business or even referrals.
Okay, so building that rapport is key.
It is.
Love it. Now onto a question about organization.
All right.
How do you stay organized and manage your time effectively?
Ooh, that's a crucial one in this fast-paced retail environment.
It really is.
So share specific systems that you use, like calendars or task management apps.
Okay.
Highlight your ability to prioritize, delegate, and adapt to changing priorities.
Right.
Maybe even share a brief anecdote about successfully juggling multiple projects or deadlines.
I like that.
Yeah.
That can really strengthen the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great advice. Now here's one that I think really tests your self-awareness. What do you think are the essential qualities for success in this role?
Right. So think about the skills and traits that align with the job description.
Okay.
Strong communication is usually important. A keen eye for detail and the ability to build rapport are often key.
Yeah.
Provide specific examples from your past experiences that demonstrate these qualities in action.
I love that.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I want to highlight how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon in this interview prep.
Oh, yeah. Definitely imagine practicing your answers and getting instant feedback from AI.
Wow.
That's tailored to the specific job that you're applying for.
That's incredible.
That's what RoleCatcher offers.
Wow.
It analyzes job descriptions and helps you fine-tune your responses to align with what employers are actually looking for.
So it's like having a personalized interview coach.
It is.
That's incredible.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to the questions.
Yeah.
This one's all about strategic thinking. How do you approach market research and analysis?
Oh, okay. So showcase your understanding of the eyewear market and your ability to use data to inform your sales strategy.
Hmm.
Describe your process for identifying trends, analyzing industry reports, and keeping tabs on competitor activity.
Right.
You might mention specific resources you use, like online analytics tools.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's about demonstrating a proactive and data-driven approach.
Exactly. And don't forget to share an example where your market research led to a successful sales initiative or a better understanding of customer preferences.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for this round.
Okay.
It's a big one. How do you approach building and leading a sales team?
All right. So even if you haven't formally led a team before,
Right.
you can still highlight the qualities of a strong leader.
Okay.
Talk about your approach to setting clear expectations, motivating team members, providing constructive feedback, and fostering a collaborative environment. Draw from past experiences where you've shown leadership.
Perfect. Okay, so before we dive into even more questions,
Yeah.
let's take a quick detour and explore the exciting career paths this field has to offer.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the eyewear world.
Yes.
Before we tackle more interview questions,
Okay.
let's actually explore some career paths you might consider in this field.
Ooh, I love it.
Draw some insights from RoleCatcher's career guides. Perfect. I'm eager to hear about this.
Okay.
What kind of tasks and responsibilities can one expect as they progress in their career?
Well, at the entry level,
Okay.
you'll primarily focus on assisting customers,
Okay.
selecting frames and lenses based on their needs and prescriptions,
Mm-hmm.
and providing information about various lens options and things like that.
So it's very hands-on and customer-centric right from the start.
Absolutely. As you gain experience,
Okay.
you might progress to a senior role
Okay.
where you handle more complex tasks,
All right.
like in-depth consultations, recommending specialized optical products,
Ooh.
even assisting with repairs and adjustments.
So you really become more of an expert advisor
You do.
as you climb the ladder.
Yes.
What about those seeking leadership roles?
That's definitely a common path.
Okay.
Moving into management often involves leading a team of sales associates,
Okay.
developing sales strategies, analyzing performance data, and building relationships with suppliers. It's a very dynamic role for those who enjoy motivating others and driving results.
Sounds challenging but rewarding.
Yeah.
What about those who want to specialize even further within the field?
Becoming a certified optician
Oh,
is a popular option.
that makes sense.
This requires additional training and certification,
Okay.
but opens up a whole new level of expertise in providing eye care services.
Could you elaborate on what that training entails
Sure.
and how it benefits someone's career?
Certainly optician training programs
Okay.
typically cover topics like optics, ocular anatomy, and lens dispensing.
Right.
You'll learn to interpret prescriptions, take eye measurements, and fit and adjust eyeglasses and contact lenses.
Mm-hmm.
This specialized knowledge can lead to higher earning potential, greater job security, and the satisfaction of playing a more direct role in people's eye health.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It seems like a natural progression for someone who's passionate about both the technical and customer-facing aspects of eyewear.
Precisely. And for those with an entrepreneurial spirit. Okay.
There's always the possibility of starting your own eyewear business,
Ooh.
curating unique collections,
Right.
and building a brand that reflects your vision.
So many possibilities. It's really inspiring to see the diverse career paths available within this field.
It is.
Now let's circle back to those interview questions.
Okay.
This next one requires a bit of self-reflection. What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
All right, so when discussing strengths,
Okay.
highlight those that are directly relevant to the role. Think about your communication skills, ability to build rapport, your product knowledge, or your passion for customer service.
Right.
Be specific and back up your claims with examples from your past experiences.
What about weaknesses?
Yeah.
It can be tricky to address those without raising red flags.
It can be you want to choose a weakness that isn't critical for the job
Okay.
and frame it in a positive light.
Okay.
For instance, you could mention that you sometimes get caught up in the details
Yeah.
and are working on improving your time management skills.
The key is to demonstrate self-awareness and a willingness to learn and grow.
I like that, turning a potential negative into an opportunity for growth.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
And remember,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful in crafting these responses
Okay.
by analyzing the job description.
Yes,
It can identify keywords and phrases that emphasize certain skills or traits,
I see.
helping you tailor your answers to align with what the employer is specifically looking for.
That's a game changer.
It is.
It's like having an insider's guide to the interviewer's expectations.
It really is.
Now, how about this question? Why are you interested in working for this specific company?
This is where your research comes into play.
Yes.
Demonstrate a genuine understanding of the company's mission, values, and products.
Right.
Mention specific aspects that resonate with you, such as their commitment to sustainability, innovative designs, or customer-centric approach.
So it's about showing that you've gone beyond just skimming their website.
Yes.
And you have a deeper understanding of what they stand for.
You do. You might even mention a specific product line or initiative that you admire and explain why it aligns with your interests and values.
That's good. Okay, let's tackle another challenging one.
Right.
Tell me about a time you failed and what you learned from it.
Okay.
Nobody likes to talk about failures.
Right.
But how can we turn this into a positive?
Choose a situation where you faced a setback, but ultimately learned valuable lessons from it.
Okay.
Focus on the steps you took to address the problem, the insights you gained, and how you applied those learnings to future endeavors.
So it shows resilience, a growth mindset.
Yes.
The ability to learn from mistakes.
It does. And don't be afraid to be honest and vulnerable.
Right.
Everyone makes mistakes.
They do.
What matters is how you respond and grow from them.
That's great advice. Okay, now let's shift gears to a question that assesses your industry knowledge.
Okay.
What are some current trends in the eyewear industry?
Ooh, okay. This is your chance to shine as an industry enthusiast.
Okay.
Mention specific trends like the rise of sustainable eyewear, advancements in lens technology, or the growing popularity of vintage styles.
Right.
You can even discuss how these trends are influencing customer preferences and buying habits.
Yeah, it's about showing that you're not just knowledgeable, but also passionate about the evolving world of eyewear.
Absolutely. And you might even connect these trends back to the company you're interviewing with.
Okay.
Explaining how their products or strategies align with these developments.
Okay, speaking of alignment, let's address a question that explores your fit within the company culture.
Right.
Describe your ideal work environment.
Okay. This is an opportunity to showcase your values and work style.
Okay.
Think about what kind of environment fosters your productivity and happiness. Do you thrive in a collaborative and fast-paced setting, or prefer a more independent and detail-oriented approach?
That's a good question.
Be authentic and highlight aspects of the company's culture that resonate with your preferences.
So it's about finding a match between your work style and the company's values.
Exactly. You might mention specific aspects of their culture that you admire, such as their emphasis on teamwork, customer service, or professional development opportunities.
Okay, let's tackle one more question before we wrap up this segment.
Okay.
What are your salary expectations?
Okay.
This one can be a bit tricky to navigate.
It can be.
So how should we handle it?
Well, it's essential to research industry benchmarks and salary ranges for similar roles in your area.
Okay.
Be prepared to provide a realistic range that reflects your experience, skills, and the value you bring to the company. You can also mention that you're open to discussing a compensation package that includes benefits and opportunities for growth.
So it's about striking a balance between knowing your worth and being flexible during negotiations.
Precisely. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can provide insights into salary trends based on your location and the specific job requirements.
That's helpful.
Helping you enter those discussions with confidence and data-backed information.
That's incredibly helpful. We've covered a lot of ground in this segment, exploring various career paths and tackling some challenging interview questions, but don't go anywhere just yet.
No.
When we return, we'll wrap up our deep dive with final tips and insights to help you ace that interview and embark on an exciting career in the eyewear industry.
Okay, sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive. As we wrap things up, let's go over some key takeaways for acing that eyewear and optical equipment specialized seller interview.
It's been a lot of info.
Yeah.
What are the most important things to remember?
Well, first and foremost, confidence is key. You've got this walk-in, prepared, enthusiastic, and ready to showcase your passion for helping people see the world better.
Absolutely. And remember, preparation is crucial. Research the company, understand their products and services, and practice your responses to those common interview questions that we covered.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher. Their AI-powered tools can give you valuable feedback and insights to tailor your responses for that extra impact.
It's like having a personal interview coach right in your pocket.
Yeah.
Now, beyond the practical prep, what else should our listeners focus on?
You really want to let that genuine enthusiasm and passion for the field shine through. Talk about your excitement for eyewear, your commitment to customer service,
Right.
and your desire to make a difference in people's lives.
Authenticity is so important. Employers can tell when someone is truly passionate about the work. Anything else?
Remember the basics. Dress professionally, be on time, and be ready to ask thoughtful questions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it shows you're engaged and interested.
Asking insightful questions can leave a great impression. It shows you've done your homework and are eager to learn more.
Exactly. And a nice touch is to follow up with a thank you note, reiterate your interests, and highlight key points from your conversation.
That's a great tip. So as we wrap up, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out in this career?
Embrace continuous learning. The eyewear industry is always changing.
Right.
So stay curious, seek new knowledge, and never stop exploring.
Love that advice. Remember, you're not just selling eyewear, you're helping people see the world more clearly and with confidence.
What could be more rewarding than that?
That's a wrap on this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you feel empowered and ready to ace that interview. Best of luck on your journey into the exciting world of eyewear